Hi, and welcome to Scooter's Nature Corner. I hope you are enjoying our virtual camp this summer. It's different, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? Today we're going to be looking at eyes because our theme is on vision. And so I thought we would first look at all the different ways that God created eyes so that we could see. The most popular eye is the eye like we have, that has a lens that the light goes through, refracts, and so consequently it flips the image over. And so the receptor has to interpret the picture and flip it over in our brain so that we understand what we're seeing. This is probably the most popular type of eye. And vertebrates, that's people or things, animals that have backbones. A cephalopod are squids and octopus. They have this kind of eye. And believe it or not, a gastropod are snails and slugs. You can't really see their eyes, but they have a lens in theirs, and so do jellyfish. And believe it or not, annelids, those are worms, but they do have this kind of eye. The human eye is so beautiful when you look at all the different patterns and colors. Uh, it's just amazing how creative God is when He makes something. So what we're going to be doing is looking at, I'm not going to go into the science stuff but I want to look at some weird things, some cool things about eyes. This is a lizard eye, very much like ours, but weird looking. His doesn't have whites of his eyes. They're kind of red, aren't they? But look at the iris and they're just cool. What can I say? We have a real honest to goodness chameleon. Their eyes are made just like us, but what makes theirs so interesting is that their eyes move independently. He can really, honest to goodness, look at two things at once. But this gives him the ability to watch for his prey and watch for the enemy so he doesn't become prey. And if he needs to see something clearly, though, he has to take both eyes and look at the same thing before he attacks his prey. This is the colossal squid, or commonly known, or more likely, is the Antarctic squid. He's huge. This eyeball is almost 6 feet in diameter. I mean, just imagine that, 6 feet eyeball. The lens is the size of a big orange. Oh, it's amazing. But he lives in the depths of the sea, so he needs a big eye to be able to see. And of course, the wonderful owl. His eyes are about the same size as ours, but they don't move. That's why his head can swivel like it does and move quickly to see things. But his eyes are so sharp, with just a simple glance, he can see things very clearly from a great distance. The goat has a strange eye in that his pupil is shaped like a rectangle and is horizontal. This helps him to see almost 360 degrees, almost, around himself. A horse has the same thing, and this enables them to have a panoramic view of what's going on around them, even when their heads are down eating the grass or hay. And then there are cats. Aren't those beautiful blue eyes? Of course, they have blue eyes and green eyes and brown eyes and golden eyes and all different colors, kind of like humans. But they have, as you can see, a vertical slit for their pupil. This enables them to adapt quickly to light, and that pupil opens up widely and gives them the ability to see at night, since most of them hunt at night. The only one that doesn't have, most of these creatures have lids that cover the eye, but the leaf-tailed gecko doesn't have eyelids, but his eyes are amazing. They have pretty surreal patterns on them. Let's look at this picture here. There you go. And so the lid, instead of having a lid to camouflage, the eye itself is camouflaged. Now this slit here is the pupil, and you'll notice it has pinpoints so that they can see through those pinpoints. But those intricate patterns, and all of them are different, so that they have camouflage. But this is the only one that doesn't have a lid. Now, all the rest of them have lids. The second kind of eye is called a simple corneal eye. And this is on spiders. Doesn't have a lid, doesn't have a lens, it just has the cornea. The light goes through the cornea straight to the receptors in the back of the eye. Piddle. There we go. Sorry about that. Enable him to see 360 degrees around him. And here we have the swallowtail caterpillar. Most people think that these yellow things on the back, because they look like eyes, are eyes, but they're not. You can't really see it, but the eyes are these little bitty things on the very front of each side of its head. It looks like his eyes and a mouth, but those are all fake. We have the compound eye. This is an eye that, again, doesn't have a lid, but it has these multitude of lenses, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lenses on this spherical shape. And this is what kind of eye insects have. So how does that see? Most people think that it's each eye sees everything, but it doesn't. It just sees a portion. So a picture of what he's seeing is more like a mosaic, as you can see in this diagram. So each eye will see just a portion of what's around him. But the pictures of these eyes are just incredible. Some of them are very intricate and make beautiful patterns on the eyes. This is a deer fly. You don't realize how hairy flies are, and that's how they pick up germs so easily, is because of those microscopic hairs on them. This is a simple housefly. Looks like rainbows on his eyes, doesn't it? Isn't that incredible? God is so creative, isn't he? And this is the head of a praying mantis. Now those black dots make him look like he has pupils, but it's not. They're just a coloration. And you can see where the light is reflected, that you can see all the little bitty dots that are that make up his compound eye. Microscopic dots. Hundreds and hundreds, even thousands of little lenses in each eye. This guy really is bug-eyed, isn't he? This is nothing spectacular as far as the eye is concerned, but I thought it was a beautiful picture showing the mandibles of the mouth and the antenna and just the colors on this guy. Just beautiful. Here's a yellow jacket. This end looks great, but we don't want to mess with the other end, do we? They sting something else. But that's what a yellow jacket's eyes look like. And this is a red wasp. This guy has kind of a low resolution vision, and consequently, so they can't really see very well. So realize that, and don't wear dark clothes around them because they think that dark clothes are a threat to them. But they don't see very well, and so consequently, they have to use clues around them, visual clues, to find their way back home. And anyway, I hope you've enjoyed looking at all the different ways that God created eyes. See you next time when we look at and listen to birds.